Hi, it's Dr. Sharon Melnick, and I'm here to help you get out of your own way around your confidence issues so that you can make more money in this economic climate. Now, if you know you lack confidence in yourself, tell me if this is a little bit about what goes on for you. You might say to yourself, yeah, I know, I got to kind of work on my confidence, but things are getting a little bit better, and I'm working on some things in my business, and I'm hoping that things are going to go a little bit better, and then, I'll feel more confident in myself, and, maybe people will start treating me better or making me feel a little bit more important, and then, I'll start feeling better about myself, and anyway, who has the time or the bandwidth to work on my confidence? I mean, I just have so much going on. And do you talk to yourself like that at all? Because if this sounds like you, I'm here to urge you to snap out of it. And here's why. Because your confidence is going to be the most important factor in determining whether you're going to make big money in this economic climate or not. So I've put together this video to help you understand whether your confidence level is kind of helping you or hurting you to make money. I'm going to tell you some stories of business people just like you. They're good at what they do. They really want to provide for themselves and their family. Make sure you watch to the end because I'm going to share with you an exercise that's going to help you to start getting rid of your doubt and start becoming confident so that you can put more profit in your pocket starting this week. Okay, so what does your confidence have to do with making money? Okay, number one. Your confidence will help you to be flexible. So if things aren't going so well in your business, you need to be able to adapt and to transfer the skills that you have into doing something else. So for example, I have a friend who's a realtor, and given that we live here in New York City, you can imagine things aren't going so well for her, So I asked her, so how are you responding? She said, I'm learning to do some online training. I said to myself, I can learn this, and it's kind of fun. So let me ask you, do you have that kind of confidence? Do you feel like you could learn a new skill in order to make money in this environment? Point number two, okay? Confidence. Confidence will help you to follow through on ideas that you might otherwise talk yourself out of. Let me give you an example. So it was just about a year ago, and was holding a program around strengthening your confidence, and there was a man in there. He happened also to be a realtor. And on the day that Bear Stearns went bankrupt, here's what he did. 7:30 in the morning, he stood outside of the building, and he handed out his cards to the people who were going in and out. He actually got a few clients from it, but what was even way more important is that he ended up landing a spot on the evening news, and he got written up in the New York Times. And because of that, lots of things happened for him. A friend who he hadn't seen since college, who lived halfway around the world, saw his write-up in the New York Times, gave him a call and said, we're thinking of moving our company to New York City. Could you set me up with some office space? And that was to the tune of a very nice commission, okay? And I remember he said to me, this is the kind of idea that I would have had before, and I would have definitely talked myself out of until I learned the skills that you taught me. And he said, so I went down there, and I was tempted to be worried about what those people were going to think of me, but then I said to myself, you know something? I have important information that I can provide for the people who are going to reach out and need it. So let me ask you, do you have that kind of confidence to follow through on ideas that you might otherwise talk yourself out of? Let's go to another point. Confidence. Confidence is what's going to help you to determine when you should lower your prices and when you should not sell yourself short. Let me give you an example. So I have a friend who's an event planner, and a number of people were asking her to lower her bid on some of the events that she could plan for them. And she said, I own my value, and I'm not going to lower my prices because I trust that other people will want to work with me at my prices. I'm not going to sell myself short. And yet, she decided also that she wanted to get into a new market. So what she did is that she agreed to plan an event that was, for 80% less than what she usually takes home, because she had the confidence that I'm going to do a bang-up job and it's going to lead to business for me. Sure enough, 2 weeks ago was the event. It was a total home run. I spoke to her this week, and she said, phone's been ringing off the hook. I have 4 new client businesses, and some of them are amongst the New York City's most elite media companies. So do you have the confidence to know when to lower your prices and when not to sell yourself short? Let me just give you one kind of other thing to think about. Confidence is what's going to help you to hold on to your vision and to persist even in the face of setbacks. You know what the classic example of this is? You know those guys who did the Chicken Soup for the Soul series? Yeah. Do you know that they shopped that around to 133 publishers? They were rejected 133 times before they were finally accepted. Can you imagine what kind of confidence they had to have in themselves and in their concept? And boy, did that confidence pay off, to the tune of $5 billion, several years later. So do you have that kind of confidence to hold on to your dream and to persist even in the face of setbacks? You really want to figure out what your confidence level is and know whether it's helping you or hurting you to make money in this economic environment. So what I've done is I put together a quiz for you to help you determine your level of confidence. It's really short. It'll take 60 seconds or less. Just go to www.sharonmelnick.com. It's written here on the screen for you. Just go there now and just get a sense of what your confidence level is. And then I want you to come back because I'm going to share with you now an exercise that you can use to start getting rid of your doubt and start building your confidence today. Okay, you're back. Good. So here's what I want you to do. I find that many people are pretty vague about what their doubt is about themselves. And you have to know the demon that you're up against, okay? So what we want to do is we want to help you to be really specific about the doubt that you have. So whatever it is that you think you're not enough around or whatever it is for you, what I want you to do is I want you to make a list really detailed of what are all the different aspects and components of that doubt. Let me just kind of give you an example. So if you think to yourself, I'm not smart enough, okay? But what exactly does that mean? That's what we want to know. Does that mean that the educational institutions that you went to, you think that they reflect you not being smart enough? Does that mean that you don't think you're very skilled at crunching numbers and so you always shy away from that in kind of client meetings? Does that mean that you really have some good knowledge but you really feel uncomfortable sharing it, presenting in front of a group? Does that mean that you don't think well and don't think that you're funny on your feet, when you're on a date? I mean, what exactly does it mean for you? I want you to make a list of all the different components. And then here's what we're going to do with that list. We're going to go through them one by one, and you are going to make a decision once and for all. Finally, in your life, you're going to make a decision, and you're going to decide either to accept that aspect of yourself. Either accept. And what that means is that you're really going to find a way to live your life in which you kind of work around that doubt about yourself, where you really focus on the strengths that you do have and all the ways that you do bring value. So you're either going to accept that aspect of yourself once and for all, or you're going to say to yourself, you know something? I will never feel enough unless I feel like I've, sort of accomplished something or reached something around this skill or kind of finally mastered it. And in that case, your choice is going to be accomplish. And so what you're going to do is you're going to get very, very specific about what is it going to take in order for you to really feel like you finally are enough, around whatever that skill is or whatever that issue is for you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to set out to accomplish it, and you're going to make a game plan, and you're going to do whatever it takes in order to finally feel like you no longer have a doubt in that specific aspect. And you're going to do anything that it takes along the way. Maybe you'll get a coach. Maybe you'll take a program or a course. Maybe you'll, get the people in your life to help keep you accountable. But you're going to commit to accomplishing and finally feeling like you have what it takes in that area. So again, the choice is you're going to either accept or accomplish. And that's what's going to enable you to move forward. So I want you to use this exercise to get rid of your doubt and to start having the kind of confidence that's going to enable you to make big money in this economic environment. So remember, what you're going to do is you're going to go figure out your level of confidence at www.sharonmelnick.com. It's written on the screen right here. Then you're going to start getting really confident. What I want you to do is share your success story with me.